Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? Oh, oh yeah. Shout out to Flying Fish. You make a great little, little chapstick. I saved the little cracked lips now. Thank you. Anyway, mm, welcome to episode 2 of what the fuck is this show called again? The Truth Serum. Yeah. Hello. That's what I'm talking about. Um, Thank you for tuning into the first episode. Um, and yeah, we are back. Um, just talking about different topics and just getting out there in the right way and still learning. I've learned that anything I put out in regards to like affirmations and just like things that I wanted to talk about and topics and what kind of shit and stuff like that was also lessons for me. So it wasn't just lessons for you guys, it was lessons for me as well. And I've learned that I'm not always going to be right. Oh my God, look at this beautiful tree. Jesus, and I'm wearing green. Won't God do it? And today's Sunday. Hallelujah. Jesus, you will send down your angels, won't you? Oh, Lord. Yes. Oh, Lord. Yeah. So, I really actually appreciated that. Um, going through life, you might not have always had the best advice or had the best teachers or stuff like that. And you end up becoming your own teacher and not realizing that everything that you was putting out wasn't just for everybody else, but it was for something for yourself. You are your own messenger. You are your own teacher. You are your own philosopher. You are your own psychologist. And it has helped greatly, especially up to this point and stuff like that. It's made me see a different scope to myself and what my potential is, etc. Um, I've learned that there's so many different elements to what I could talk about. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's go into opportunities. Um, I remember this one company that I tried to join like quite a few years ago. It was this company that used to go around, London and wherever, and they used to just have people that just dance. They were just vibing. They might not be in the best stuff, but they had a groove, they had rhythm and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I love this. I love this. And I messaged them. They would never reply. I would message them again. They would never reply. They put applications out. I would always apply, and I would never get it. No, not even once. No matter how much I did or whatever. But you got to remember that these companies have an aesthetic. So whether you might be the best b-boy, you might be the best looking, whatever it is, it just depends if that company wants you or not. You think that was the only company that turned me down? Put your hands up if you had companies turn you down and you got disappointed. Put your hands up if you applied for that company more than once. I did. I had a company that would put out like a yearly application and they would have like it was for like it was like a music collective or stuff like that. And I applied for them every single year. I'm not going to say that hey, not everybody's gonna like my art. Um I can go in different directions, etc. But as I've gotten older and stuff like that, I've started to love what I've created. I was able to take pieces of what I have done and say, "Do you know what, this actually meant something. Could be in the words, it could be in, it could be in the artwork, it could have been the producer, it could have been, just like the melodies, it could have been, just the meaning behind the words, etc. It could have been the way you sang this kind of little riff, etc. It could have been the highs and the lows, it could have been whatever, but you could always take something from it. I was at a point where I didn't even want to listen to the stuff that I was putting out there. I felt like anything I was putting, I was rushing. Um, and yeah, I can say I was rushing at times, you know. I felt like, time is of the essence and tomorrow is not necessarily promised. But you have to put out not just quality, but you have to put out quantity. Do you think people have time to go and wait? I've told people for years that my album was going to come out, and it is still there. A lot of the songs still sit there, etc. But I need to work that out for myself, etc. And I know I'm gonna put it out. It's gonna be completely different to what I've been doing. It's basically what I should have been doing, and and I'm just trying to add more. But I like how I can be real. A lot of people get fed up of hearing the same thing, so they just fall off, etc. But I want to thank everybody that's been able to join my music page and follow me on SoundCloud. So if you see this, please join me, J Jones 90s on SoundCloud, on Spotify. Yeah, the numbers, followers, you can talk about all of that. It might not necessarily be there, but the dream is there. The action is there. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Hello. Okay. Um, and I know there's so many artists out there that can really truly say that they got to a pinnacle and then just felt like they fell off. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are ways to get people back. Just because they're not, you feel like they're not tuning in right now doesn't mean they won't tune in. Doesn't mean they probably are tuning in and you just don't see them, etc. Um, not everything is bad. God has a plan. And I believed every single day, no matter how hard it was, that God had a plan for me. If you don't take a risk, if you just keep, sitting on fear, you won't get anywhere in life. You're sitting on fear because you're scared of what could happen. But the thing is, I have to take many risks. You have to. You have to. Because if you don't, you won't be able to see what could have happened, what can happen, etc. So I took those risks. I put myself out there. I went to different countries. I chilled with different people. I did a lot of things by myself. I, put money in things that I knew I didn't have the money for, etc. You know what I'm saying? The amount of sacrifices, even up to this day, I'm still proud of myself. Some days I feel like I don't have any. You know what I mean? You can get like that. I want to make a shout out to people like Kiki Palmer. You know what I'm saying? And Tiana Taylor, and and Doja. And Tinashe, ladies like that have been in the industry for a little while, etc. Doing what they need to go and do, making a podcast, making a radio station, making their own label, producing, choreographing, doing all of that. We understand the work that you got to put in, etc. So shout out to those beautiful black women out there. You know what I'm saying? We got to shout out to our ladies out there. Okay, so shout out to you. I know I'm gonna meet your ass. Meet all of y'all. um, but I learned not to be disappointed as such. I know that there will be a lot of disappointments in life, and I know that it might bring tears or whatever, but you will get through it. I've had, contracts cut short. I've had to leave certain places because my spirit just wasn't connected to it anymore. You know, um, this is why I say that sometimes when doors close on you, there will be many doors that will open. If they won't give you a seat at their table, make a table and a seat for your motherfucking self. This is why a lot of people become business owners because they're so tired of having to go and work for the manager. You know you got bills to pay. You know you got children right now. Sometimes some people don't have that choice. Some people have 5 children at home, etc. They gotta go and do that little 9 to 5 right now. But how are they gonna go find the childminder or the babysitter? You know what I mean? They got all these different things. They ain't got no food in motherfucking fridge. You know what I'm saying? That bill ain't been paid. Their man done left. Their girl done left. You know what I'm saying? Mom ain't home, daddy ain't home. But with everything, there will be opportunities. I learned from all the darkest moments, the toughest moments, the rockiest moments. I knew I would be able to get out of it eventually. I didn't know when. I had to go through every single kind of emotion. I had to see what I was doing and everything that I was doing wrong. Sometimes you just have to sit and listen because someone's telling you something, someone's giving you some valuable advice. And sometimes we could be so hard headed and put pride in front. Sometimes you got to put your pride to the side and just listen because there's a gem within this conversation that you need to hear. You need to listen to this because that's why you're still caught up in that same circle. You're still caught in that same cycle, etc. I told myself, you know what, when these companies turned me down, etc., I was fine because I was still putting myself out there and still carrying on. There would be days, maybe even weeks, some days where I just, just stay inside or whatever, or like, I'm still working on me and I'm still working on my art. A lot of people will make fun of that. They will use your words against you. That's what you call the evils of the world. Don't focus on that, baby. Those individuals are not for you because all they do is just move in hate and disdain, and that's for themselves. That's for themselves to go and work out. A lot of people like to go and put that on others. I had to learn that my issues, although I could talk about it and stuff like that, I can't make it your problem. And this is where we go into help and stuff like that. You might be that person that you got everything on your own. You did everything on your own. You made your business on your own. You know what I mean? You built your family on your own. You did all of that. And maybe you still up until that point where you've never asked for help or anything like that. But asking for help can be spread out into so many different branches. It's from a big tree. And I learned that it was an issue asking for help. It was an issue asking for the type of help and from whom you're asking that help from, etc. Um, and too much isn't good, etc. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. And I just want to make a shout out to if any of my people watch this or see this, I want to thank you. If you have ever helped me in any kind of way, whatever kind of way, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I know sometimes we could all wonder what's happening with this individual then. Why are they asking for help? Why are they doing this? They've never had to do that before. Sometimes we need to ask for help because we can't do everything on our own. But we need to understand what are we doing that's getting us into that place, into that situation. That's why we need to be vocal. But will we be listened to? We don't know. It doesn't matter how many times you might talk your truth. Some people just tune out. Some people don't want to listen. Some people just want to listen to what they want to listen to. You see what I mean? So you just got to be right around the right individuals, and just know who you're putting your trust and your love into. It will work out like that in time. You will work out the person you want to be, your mindset, your love, what kind of opportunities you want. Just keep manifesting. That's what I told myself. Manifest every single day. Write it on paper. Get that little board out. Get a mood board and do all of that every single day. Some people will talk about how many likes you got, how many followers. Yes, it is very important. You can't necessarily keep making a video to one person, etc. I've got about a few people on here, and it's never actually moved past that number. But you know what? Those people, thank you for tuning in and thank you for being on here, etc. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all tune in, some of y'all don't tune in. You know what I'm saying? You all have your own individual journeys, your own ulterior motives. Whatever makes you happy, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here. Like Keisha Cole, I'm still here. You know, what kind of legacy you trying to leave? You know, we do get to a certain age, and if anybody out there is still single, if anybody out there, still by themselves, is anybody out there that, still going through grief, or if anybody out there, still working out who the person you are, you're still going through trials and tribulations or whatever it might be. I get it. I feel you. And I have love for you. Okay. Just know that whatever you're going through, you will get to the other side, baby. But let's figure out a plan. To every problem, there is a solution. For every cause, there is an effect. Let's make this all happen. You know what I'm saying? Pokemon. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I fuck with it. Gotta catch them all, baby. Yeah. Uh. And I want to talk about this as well. Oh yeah. So please check out the J. Jones Show on Spotify as well. Please check out J John Entertainment on Instagram, etc. Please check out the True Serum. More episodes. I'm gonna be more consistent. I'm be putting out more things. You know, some little dance videos, some little music out there as well. So please check it out. Visuals and all of that. Big up to the companies that have helped me up until this point. Any labels out there, anybody that's artsy, any producers, any, other people like that. I'm trying to do like a little collective out here. So holla at your boy. Call me at 555. I'm still alive. Huh. Yeah, it's my, yeah. Okay. Um, but you know what? Consistency is key because people are always looking. People are always looking for the next best thing. And don't ever let age hold you down. If you're a short motherfucker, if you tall and you ain't that hot, baby, yes you is, because God says you are. Okay? If you're still trying to get your dress sense up, if your mouth stinks like shit, it will smell minty fresh soon. Okay? Yes, it will. Keep brushing, baby. Keep brushing. Okay? You know? If you got too much dandruff in your hair, the flakes will fall. Okay? It will fall, baby, and it will stay falling. Okay? I pray that white dust is removed from your head. Okay? Okay? Well, let's not go into white dust now. He said crack is whack. Oh my God. No, no, no. um, but yeah, so opportunities and stuff like that, and just kids as well. Like this is the true serious of putting everything out on the table. But I ain't gonna keep you all here too long, okay? Because I got to go to church this Sunday. Someone sent me a message said, "You look so good. You look very nice, but you keep wearing sunglasses." Um, what did I just do? Have you got eyes? Yeah. Here's the thing with me. I do tend to wear sunglasses quite a lot. I just do me. Um, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Um, am I ready for you to look into my soul? Can you handle what you see, though? That's the thing. Beneath a smile is a thousand pains, baby. Are you ready for that? Bam! you know, it is what it is. But guys, till next episode, I might even do one later today. I might do one tomorrow. But yeah, tune in, check me out on socials. There's two versions of the J. John Show. Check that out. Um, I got a few new things coming up. Positive love and style. Got about fashion and affirmations on social media as well. And yeah, just keep checking it out. Appreciate you all. Stay loved, stay blessed, enjoy your day, and just know you'll get through it. I hope that anything that I have said, even though it wasn't much, I hope that even one little thing from there you find a gem that can help you throughout the day at least. Or pass it on to a friend or someone that you know that can help. But yeah, it's always love, it's always peace. Trees, baby. Love to you all.